On this week's edition of Out of Bounds, we will discuss whether or not the NFL has figured out Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots won a sloppy game against the Buffalo Bills last night. Is Belichick proving that he can win without Tom Brady? And who's the current front runner for MVP in the NBA? We'll go through all this and more on this week's edition of the Out of Bounds podcast. Hey, the big three is back in full effect. Welcome to episode 28 of the Out of Bounds podcast. I go by the name of the Delta Fashionista. And here alongside me is the rest of my big three. We got the man in the middle, Mr. Donnie. Do not call me Donovan Wilkins. And last but certainly not least, we got our young guy, Mr. Noah Austin, a.k.a. Third Eye, a.k.a. Mr. Euro Step to Your Girl. What other nickname you got for this week?
Nah, we had to change it. My girl got mad. It's your step to my girl, not to anybody else's girl. She got mad.
So it's confirmed. You seeing somebody?
She's out here with your step.
Breaking news.
So clarify.
Breaking news, Out of Bounds fans. If you're a youngin' between the ages of, I'll say about 18 to 23, I got no Austin. He's officially off the market. So, congratulations, young man. Congratulations.
What kind of...
Just don't get no tattoos.
You're
you good. Just don't get no tattoos.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not that far gone. I'm not there yet. I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sure. I'm not getting no tattoos.
Then a while ago, you talk about getting shorty name on your fitted or some shit. Getting it embroidered.
Yeah. That's the closest I'll probably do to something to that. That would be hard. Like, that's hard. Like, I don't like a Braves fitted because I'm in Atlanta. Like, if I get a Braves
I was about to say that sounds like some Atlanta shit. Like that. But shout out to Atlanta. That's the home team for sure.
Yeah, like I can do that.
Yeah, but how you guys been feeling, man? Like, this is our first episode back together about what, 3 weeks? So how's everybody feeling?
2 weeks. Busy, man. Just busy.
Man. Y'all already know.
Yeah, I gotta know the young blood. He's
dude going
through school and shit. But it's almost over, man. It's almost over. How many more exams?
I graduate next semester, man. I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to get out of here.
My man's like, I hate it here. I want to go. Like Jaden Smith and fucking Karate Kid.
Basically, it has its moments. It definitely has its moments. Like, I had 2 projects due last night and 3 exams to do yesterday, all due in the same day. It was not fun. Didn't enjoy one bit of it.
You procrastinated.
Not my man. No, I didn't. The thing is, I did it. That's the thing. I did it. It was just so much in one day. I was like, and I did kind
of. Wait, hold on. It's kind of free. I mean, I still procrastinate. I probably shouldn't be saying this for those that's checking us out and I owe email responses too. But I be procrastinating like a motherfucker too. So I feel you, bro. Sometimes you just need to just.
No, that's not true. BET, Rockefeller Nation. If you watching all this, we.
Wait, that's not true. Oh,
we answer.
BET, that's not true. I'm an upstanding employee.
Yes, we run functional here.
they talking for they try not to fuck up the bag, but I remember when I got an email when we got the BET Awards, and I ain't just like 3 days.
No, he lost his password. He still continues sending us innovations.
I will never forget. That's the one thing what Dale has done. It's like, dog, I just can't. It just can't, bro. It's like.
Yeah, the homies ready to go and stuff like that.
Forgot, it was like, bro, come on.
This is
bro,
why
I would literally, if you would have told me, I literally would get on the next plane to LAX, like literally the next day. I was like, all right, LAX.
Bro, I ain't know it's like the day after. I'm like, damn. but keep sending those emails over, man. Like if you want true agriculture to be out there and cover these events. I got my young guys here, Donnie and Noah, man. They're very talented journalists, so they gotta, build up their name and get that clout as well. So
hit us up.
do not let my mishaps, lead you to think that true agriculture runs a sloppy shop. It's just that life just gets in the way of things sometimes. But speaking of life getting in the way of things, let's get into the best and worst from Week 13 in the NFL. That was not a smooth segue, but it is what it is, So, as for as for me, man, best and worst from Week 13 in the NFL. I want to start with the bad first. The bad has to be my Baltimore Ravens, man. Lamar Jackson had another subpar performance. The Baltimore, we lost 2019 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, our division rival, and a key pivotal game.
You saying Lamar Jackson worse than Teddy Bridgewater this year? I mean, this past week.
Nobody really care about the Broncos, bro. Like where they going?
If you're not in Denver, no one cares about the Broncos.
I don't even think people in Denver care about the Broncos since
that's not
Peyton Manning left.
That's not true. They definitely care.
I don't think the city of Denver cares.
Denver, though, no shade to Denver. If you're from Denver, you watch it. But what do Denver really have, besides the Denver Broncos, the Denver Nuggets, and South Park? TV shows based on.
I mean, they were the first state to legalize cannabis, and
here
it's like
this smart nigga.
A $1 billion industry over there right now, so they making money.
Like a billion industry, they're making money.
Smart ass. But touche. But nah, man. But for me, it's definitely the Baltimore Ravens. Not so much for the fact that we lost; it's how we lost. We went for the 2-point conversion attempt, try to win the game. I don't fault the decision in hindsight now because due to the fact that Marlon Humphrey, our All-Pro cornerback, out for the season. And then we have injuries to the offensive line. The Ravens, we're just banged up. We got like 22 players on IR this season. But yet we're still in first place in the AFC North.
Doing something right.
But our schedule is brutal, man. Like we got the Cleveland Browns coming. We got the Green Bay Packers, the LA Rams. So it's going to be kind of hard for my boys to, to get these dubs. But I gotta go with them as my worst of the week due to the fact that Lamar Jackson seems to have regressed big time. I remember everybody talking about him possibly being like the MVP this year after the Colts Monday night game, but ever since that game, he's just been subpar. The whole offense has just been static. We have gone 5 consecutive games without scoring over 20 points. So
yeah, I mean, I still think, regardless of their recognition or their immediate attention, Teddy Bridgewater shit the bed. That's going to be my worst of the week. My best of the week, obviously, I'm biased when I say this, but Tom Brady or Gardner Minshew. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Gardner Minshew.
Minshew.
Dude threw
Minshew.
20 passes out of 25, all complete, 2 touchdowns. It took 2 sacks, but dude out there. The one thing about Philadelphia is we can always expect with our football team is we can always expect some sort of QB controversy every single year. The city is loving this guy, and now it's I don't know, man. And now they're talking about drafting another quarterback next this draft coming up when there's nobody available, and it's
no, there's gonna be talent available
in the first round.
Kenny Pickett.
I mean, if it's looking like Carson Wentz is going to finish out the requirement for that conditional first round pick, so it's looking like so it's looking like we're going to have 3 first round picks, which is great. But the bad news is we have Howie Roseman still, in that position. So I'm hoping this dude. I'm just hoping he gives us something. Give us a win.
See, when you're an Eagles fan or a Philly fan in general, all you can do is hope. like,
Yeah,
like,
I
bro,
mean,
this is the main thing. Like, hope is like the key word when it comes down to Philadelphia sports right now. Like, you gotta hope. Like, you gotta hope they can trade Ben Simmons. You gotta hope that
no,
GM
we're
is gonna get
definitely
paid.
going to trade Ben Simmons, and if I mean
When
that's NBA, but I'm just saying
No, it'll be
Daryl Morey
22 years old. No, it'll be
held
22
out,
years old before Ben
and
Simmons gets traded.
it's looking like
my
he
birthday
was
is literally
right.
next week. My birthday is literally next
My
Tuesday.
nigga's gonna be
I'm gonna be
22, bro. And we've been talking about this shit since the summer.
Look, I mean,
We
he's
really
holding
have.
out, and so far he's proven right because there's looking to be a bunch of talent that's going to be looking to leave. So
And the thing is, Ben Simmons isn't. I know we're not talking about the NBA. He's in a bad predicament because there's a lot of rookies in the G League that are hooping. And they need a guard, which the NBA has an influx of guards in the G League. His job is good as gone in Philadelphia. Like,
And
they can
Tyrese
go to the
Maxey's
G League
looking
and
pretty good.
you can get Maxey. Sharif Cooper's in the G League. James Bookman. Like, there's a lot of kids that are guards in the G League that are
and
hooping
really
right
young.
now.
I mean, Ben
And
Simmons
really
is still young, but 25, man.
I think Mac McClung just dropped 27 and 5 last night. And he playing for the Lakers G League affiliate. Like, bro, like there's an influx of guards. So Ben Simmons gonna have to look at the market and be like, dog, you can't because these young kids
suit
shoot.
up.
Yeah.
You better
But
do
just
something.
suit up.
Yeah, there's definitely an influx of guards right now in the NBA and the G League, but I could kind of get where Donnie's coming from when it comes down to like quarterbacks because there's not really that much of an influx of quarterbacks in this upcoming NFL draft class. Yeah, I brought that back together. As like we got Sam Howell, the kid from North Carolina. We got Kenny Pickett from Pitt. I'm not sure if Spencer Riddler, the kid from Oklahoma, is coming back or not.
Is Bryce
Mr.
Young?
Raptors.
Is he going in this?
Bryce Young is a sophomore.
Bryce Young is a freshman.
Bryce Young is
Okay.
I thought he was a sophomore.
I think he's. Wait, hold on. Let me check. I could swear he was like a redshirt freshman.
I mean, I really haven't because I've been trying to get into like college football a lot more, but god damn, there's so many names. And
I mean, bro, you gotta pay attention to giving your team because y'all got all these draft picks coming up.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just hope we draft somebody.
Yeah,
good.
you're right. No, he's a sophomore.
Okay, sophomore. So, like I said, the Eagles have an opportunity.
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
something here. And
I mean, okay, so we'll say that your worst of the week is Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos. So are you saying that your best of the week is Gardner Minshew and the Eagles?
Gardner Minshew and Tom Brady, obviously.
Okay, so Gardner Minshew is your best, is your co-best of the week because he had a good game against the sorry-ass New York Jets.
I mean, a good game is a good game. When's the last time he played a snap? Like 2 years ago or something?
Last year.
Last year?
He was the Jaguars quarterback just last year.
Yeah, and he had a hot start. He had a hot start.
All right, so you say that there's a QB controversy brewing in Philadelphia, Donnie?
It's looking like it. It just happens every single year, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm looking at the subreddits and people are saying, "Yo, start this dude. Like, let Jalen Hurts sit." And now there's reports saying that the Eagles are looking at a QB. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, pick somebody and like stick with them and like, fuck. Man.
I mean, you can say that about Philadelphia sports in general. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But
I
digress. It's Noah's turn now. It's Noah's turn.
Please.
Now. So no, this is your best and worst for week 13 in the NFL.
Yes, I can hear. Oh, okay, I can hear the Wi-Fi situation. But best and
Studio
worst
coming soon
this week. I didn't watch much, but I didn't watch much because I was studying. But the stuff that I did see, I think worst would I would side with the worst this week because I remember, I think it's every year the Ravens are, Lamar Jackson, and they're gonna be the top of the conference, and it's just like we go through this whole debacle every year, and I don't know, you always are disappointed. I feel like being a Ravens fan, you have these high hopes, and then you kind of hear every year you get to this kind of like the stages of grief. This is the stage of being a Ravens fan. Like, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl, we'll probably make the playoffs. Okay, we just want to win a game. Like, it's just these stages of different levels of grief.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
They started out hot. Like, I don't know what happened. Like,
you talking about the Ravens? No, we started bad. Like, bro, we barely beat Detroit. First of all, terrible. It took a record field goal kick from Justin Tucker for us to beat the Detroit Lions, who just won their first game.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of the Patriots. The Patriots thing. I got it mixed up.
No,
but
the Patriots.
The Ravens are
no Chris Broussard. The Patriots didn't start off good either.
No,
they started like 2-4.
So
they did not start out good.
Yo, your Stephen A.
Bro,
Smith
are your note cards not good, bro? Like,
no, yeah.
Yo, his Stephen A. Smith should make a mistake.
My notes, man. Look, can't read my own handwriting.
Who sabotaged your notes, bro? But no, I would say
my man talking about his Madden franchise mode instead of the real shit.
That could have been. Although I'm losing there, so
god damn.
No, but yeah, I would say the worst. The worst was the Ravens, but I think the best. I think the Rams won, but I think the best for me, I think it's Odell Beckham, and I think I say Odell Beckham just because, he wasn't getting playing time, and how that happened, and I could definitely tell like he's in LA. He caught some touchdown passes. He had the most goated celebration ever where he did the Call of Duty. He had to revive himself. That was hard. Yeah, I think that might be. I just like seeing OBJ flourish. He's getting back into the groove of things. So to me, from what I saw last week, I would say OBJ and the Rams, and then I forgot who they played. They played the Jaguars.
The bum-ass Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
So yeah, the Rams. Yeah, shout out to OBJ, because everyone was saying he ain't got it. And, he's probably going to prove him wrong. So shout out to OBJ. Shout out to the Rams. That's probably my
What is he, 28, 27?
28, about to be
28. He's 28. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, he's going to be 30. He really almost going to be 30.
Damn, bro. You say that like...
I mean,
niggas about to be 30.
I think that yesterday that fucking
because it's just like I remember it. It's just wild because I remember when OBJ was like a rookie. Like I remember when I was in high school, he was a rookie, and like he made the and that's wild. He's like, oh yeah, he's about to be 30, like 29, almost 30. Whoa, I don't know. That concept of time is still wild to me.
Yeah. As for me, like I only start off with my worst of the week, which is the Ravens. But as for my best of the week is actually the New England Patriots, because how the hell you win a football game where you only threw the ball
just
3 times?
We just ran the ball.
I mean, that's a really good way.
They only threw the ball 3 times. Mac Jones was 2 for 3, threw for 19 yards, and they ran the ball 34, 38. They ran the ball like 47 times, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know Rashad Cecil had 24 carries. Damian Harris had 10 carries for 111 yards of the TD. Brandon Bolden had 4 carries. So that's already 38 carries right there. Nelson Aguilar had a carry. Kendrick Bourne had a carry.
It makes me wonder why Belichick decided to pull that.
45 times.
That was
I mean, they had no choice due to the weather conditions in Buffalo, which I do not consider to be a part of New York, but that's a story for another day. But the wind conditions in Buffalo was just terrible. So you really couldn't throw the ball. Like, you literally couldn't throw the ball. Even though the Buffalo Bills, they forced it, they threw the ball 30 times. Josh Allen 15 to 30 for 145 yards and a touchdown. He had an all-right game. But yeah, man, the Patriots, they basically play old school 1940s football. and they won 14-10. So
Shit, that's the shit I used to do on fucking Madden, man. Just run the ball before I even knew how to throw.
You were one of those players.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know how to throw.
Yeah.
I was also one of those players.
You're talking about motherfucker that run fullback dive all the time.
No, but I was the only play that I would
No,
ever run consistently was
been
engage 8. Before I even knew how to play defense, only play engage 8.
Engage on my
Engage 8 is to stack the box against the run.
Exactly, yeah.
All you
But when I
gotta
was
do
on
is just
defense,
all you gotta do is just throw the ball up the top and then
exactly.
You would think so, but I mean,
all you do is run play action. You run the play action, throw it over the top.
Either I was playing with people who were trash, or they just allowed me to win because that won me a couple of games.
We gotta do an out of bounds Madden tournament on Twitch.
Yeah, we gotta do that. Because Donnie, no disrespect, but you would do some dumb shit.
We got it. You heard it here first, guys. Out of bounds tournament.
You like the type of motherfucker to punt the ball third down just to see what would happen.
I mean, I'm not gonna confirm nor deny that. Yeah.
You like the type to punt the ball third down.
Look, man, there's a method to my madness.
Yo, man. Oh, man. But that's it for best and worst for Week 13 in NFL. We're curious to know, like, what are your best and worst for Week 13 in NFL? There's definitely a lot to cover. You know, the Detroit Lions, obviously, they got their first win, so that could be great for Lions fans. Jonathan Taylor's still killing it. I know, right? Jonathan Taylor's still killing it for the Colts. You know, Tom Brady balled out. Kansas City Chiefs. Even though Mahomes ain't playing all that well, but they look like they back up and running. They're at the top of the AFC West. So there's plenty of best, plenty of worst from weeks 13 in the NFL. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. We'll definitely love to check them out and debate you guys. Well, at least I know I would, because I love conversing with the Tuck fam that support the channel and all that. But speaking of support, let's talk about another weird story. Let's talk about surprising NBA storylines. Because I'll tell you this much. There's some teams in the NBA, some players rather, that needs a whole lot of support right now. One of the players that definitely needs support, I'll say, is Kemba Walker. Obviously at the time, I'm glad I was able to bring that back together. At the last time that we was all together, Kemba Walker, Kemba Walker, a multi-time All-Star, a dude that's averaged over 20 points per game consistently with the Charlotte Hornets, the Boston Celtics. That Kemba Walker, the dude that the Knicks signed this offseason for, I believe, a 3-year, $30 million deal, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. My panelists or guys, that's commented on one of these videos uploaded, that Kemba Walker is out of the rotation, and Alec Burks is the starting point guard for the New York Knicks. So that's not surprising enough. On the West Coast, you got the Los Angeles Lakers, 12-12, and let's talk about maybe Frank Vogel being on the hot seat as head coach of the Lakers. The Frank Vogel that led the Lakers to the NBA championship during the Disney bubble when we was under lockdown. So the Walt Disney NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers head coach Frank Vogel is on the hot seat. And then we have talked about Domantas Sabonis of the Indiana Pacers being on the trade block. And then we have the Charlotte Hornets was balling. LaMelo Ball look like an all-star right now. Mikal Bridges having a nice season over there in the Hornets. You got those guys, the Toronto Raptors, OG Anunoby, having an all-star caliber season. The Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns are the top two teams in the Western Conference. Who saw that coming? And you got
everybody.
I know I did. And you got the Chicago Bulls, one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. So I'll bring it over to you guys. Like, all right, so no. What's the most surprising storyline in the NBA for you right now?
Surprising? Man, it's wild because a lot of these I kind of called it before the season started because I knew Phoenix was going to be back at top. I knew actually the Warriors. I think the most surprising thing to me because without Clay, but they don't. It's not a team. It's not a team like the past like they had. They don't have it's not a lot of vets there like it used to be, where they used to have like Iguodala, Draymond, Livingston. Like they used to have a lot of vets. Now it's a lot of, the Warriors are known for drafting well. You have Jordan Poole. You have a really good pickup in Gary Payton II, who is hooping. Like, Buddy is hooping. So I think a lot of people didn't expect the Warriors to be number 2, if not even in the playoff contention. So really the Warriors, that's the biggest shock to me, because you don't have they're pretty much playing a lot of small ball. Don't have a lot of big guys in the starting 5. James Wiseman's not in. He's still injured. He's in the G League right now. So, yeah, everyone just thought it was going to be like last season, where they were just terrible, because they were really bad last season, and now they're second in the West.
I'll say this much. I knew the Warriors were not going to be terrible for the simple fact that they got bench depth. Now, they got Otto Porter Jr., Nemanja Bicevic, Biesa, I don't know how to say the dude's name. I know he's European. So I know. His initials is MB. They brought back Andre Iguodala, Jordan Poole, another year development. He's looking like, a camp for a most improved player. I'm most sure with Clay come back, he's going to be in the run for 6th man of the year if he could keep this up. So they got Jonathan Kuminga, a.k.a. Killmonger, on the bench. Like, the Warriors, like, they got so much bench depth now. Not to mention Gary Payton II, GP2, who's a guy that gives you great energy and defense off the bench. So I knew that they were not necessarily going to be as bad they were last year due to, like, the pieces that they added. But I didn't think that they would be top 2 in the Western Conference type of good. So that definitely caught me by surprise. What about you, Don?
Yeah, I'm going to have to say the Suns and the Warriors, because I both counted them out leading into the season. So rather surprised that they're sitting atop. I will say I won't say I'm shocked by the Lakers, but I don't know.
I mean, we all said that they were like, this team was not going to be it.
Yeah, something's got to go, and
They got no shooters.
Yeah, so
like, this would be a cool team back in 2012.
Yeah. I mean, bringing in box seats and ticket sales and seeing all the highlights, but now it's like nobody can really move. Your team is played with but veterans who are like not good role players in their lives right now. So it's, I don't know. Something's got to give, and I think Westbrook has to go.
I was surprised at you.
I think a lot of people wrote off because they're like a tag team of role players.
You said you're surprised?
No, I said a lot of other people. I feel like a lot of other people were surprised by the Warriors because they're like a team of ragtag, I guess you would say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, they went back to their 2015 blueprint.
Yeah, because I mean that blueprint works. You have Steph Curry who can literally make any shot. All you need is Draymond still there. He'll still get you the boards. All they really need if James Wiseman was healthy, which I mean they're still good now, but a healthy James Wiseman plus Klay Thompson, basically just a younger version of the 2015 team, just younger.
Yeah, but I'll say because I know I led into this, during the cold opener, but I think Steph Curry is possibly the league MVP right now. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
he should.
Yeah. What they're 20-4, right?
I don't really see anybody else taking that.
Yeah, so I think it's unanimous. Yeah, I think Steph Curry at this early point, he's definitely the league MVP.
I think the only other person. Yeah,
I can't think of it.
I would say Embiid because he's balling, but the team record is not there. Which is why I'm kind of surprised at you, Donnie, because you was talking how the Philadelphia 76ers were going to be top 3 in the Eastern Conference, and
I said top 5.
Nah, we gotta roll back the tape. You definitely said it'd be like a 3 seed.
Yeah, and then we had a discussion. Realistically, I brought it down to top 5.
I mean, but what are your assessments the Philadelphia 76ers right now.
I know a lot of people are going to be quick to say, "Oh, see what happens when they don't have Ben Simmons." Ben Simmons wasn't the case. Embiid missed 2 weeks due to COVID, and we just saw a slide, and we just couldn't get out of it. Which is weird because LeBron had COVID supposedly and was back by the week was over. So I don't know the type of regimen he has going on, but Tyrese Maxey needs to hug Joel Embiid with Rich Paul and get that secret diet. But yeah,
It's not really fault.
I'm just we're since Embiid's been back, I think we won the last three. We're on a 3-win streak. 13 and 11, sitting at 7th place, third in our division. It's looking like things are starting to look up again. It just shows how much that this team, like how much Embiid is the heart and soul of like that team and stuff like that. So I'm just a little mad that Tyrese Maxey is kind of taking like a back seat. His numbers have started to drop. But that was going to be a given once Embiid came back. So I just hope that he continues to produce.
I hear you. Okay, but as for me, as I'm chewing my Mike and Ace here, this episode not sponsored by Mike and Ace just yet. But Mike and Ace, y'all want to sponsor us, we'll definitely take the bag. But my most surprising storylines in the NBA this season, and not so much a team, but certain players. Miles Bridges from the Charlotte Hornets.
Another dude we like.
Season.
Big
never had him.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I always get those two. The Phoenix Suns. I get those two mixed up.
Yeah, Miles Bridges is the one for the Phoenix Suns. Miles Bridges is the one that could dunk and shit. He's on the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
That dude's like a human highlight film. That dude's averaging over 20 points per game. He's definitely has to be considered for the NBA's most improved player because what a jump. Either statistically he gets better each year, but I never thought he would take the jump. He'd be like a go-to scorer. And the same for OG Anunoby down in Toronto. Like I thought that Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet would be like the top 2 scorers, but this dude is also, although I believe he's hurt right now, but he's averaging over 20 plus. So I think that like these young guys, taking the next steps in their career, going from like guys that you think would be like glue guys, role players, to like being like borderline all-star caliber players. I think that that's the most surprising thing that I've seen in the NBA thus far, as well as the Damian Lillard, his struggles with the Portland Trailblazers because he hasn't been up to one of the best of starts by his standards. But then again, he is on the wrong side of 30. He's over the 30 hill. And it seems like the Blazers has kind of plateaued as a team, The ceiling between Dame and CJ McCollum, although they're an exceptional backcourt, it's been proved that you're not going to win with those guys. So they just let go of their GM.
Yeah, it's not no knock against him or like it's just sometimes things don't fit. But it's even more crazy as to why he wants Ben Simmons.
Yeah, let's talk about that. If Ben Simmons goes to Portland, is it like in a straight up deal between the Blazers, or do you think there's a third team that has to come into play? Because it seems like it'd be a CJ McCollum, Ben Simmons swap.
That's the only way I see it. That both teams get what they want. Portland,
but are Philly any better with CJ McCollum?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking of that. Yeah, we get a second option. Because obviously,
but he's undersized.
It's still great for a shooting guard.
As a 2 guard to be a 2 guard right now in the NBA and being short, that's not gonna rock. We know Klay Thompson's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah,
6'8". Klay Thompson's still tall. Like a lot of wings nowadays are really tall. So CJ McCollum, that's he's
It's
still
definitely
spot on.
not. It's definitely not when you gotta. This sounds like some ASMR shit, so I gotta mute my mic. But I just want to get this out before I do though. Especially when you gotta go up against Zach LaVine, who's a bucket. Tyler Hero's a bucket.
Right. Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's a bucket.
He's like, let's hold off on that.
He's averaging over 20. Hero's having a breakout year.
Wait, he's averaging over 20. That's the quietest 20 average I've ever heard. No one is talking about this man averaging 20.
He's a bucket. He's a bucket.
Because the thing is, I mean, NBA media, traditional ESPN, they do this. They highlight the certain players, like they always are on LaMelo, LeBron, blah blah blah. Like I'm about to say, Miles Bridges. I think one night he dropped like 40 and 7 and 8, and he dropped some ridiculous stat line, and no one said nothing. Like
he plays at a bucket though. He plays a shot. That's why. He plays a shot.
Yeah, and then like even with Tyler Hero, one game Tyler dropped like 32, or I don't want to. He dropped a lot, and no one said nothing. I'm thinking like because last season after the bubble, everyone was saying that Tyler Hero like was washed because he wasn't playing the way he did in the bubble, and so everyone kind of forgot that he played on the Heat. And now this year, like you just said, I didn't even know he was averaging 20. Like 20, that's the quietest
4 points per game.
Yeah, I mean the only people repping him is down in Miami.
He's averaging 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists.
It's not bad.
Then you got Bradley Beal, who's another bucket. Jalen Brown's a bucket. James Harden
used to be a bucket.
Used to be a bucket, but I think he'll work his way back into basketball shape. And I'm almost certain that Kyrie Irving will be back in time for the play. Cause I think that mandate is not going to be in effect that much longer.
I don't know.
I'm standing by that.
I'm going to be honest. Totally forgot about that dude.
You got Trae Young, who's a bucket. So basically, it's like, okay, if you bring a CJ McCollum, yeah, he gonna score points, but he gonna give up just as money. So like, how are you any better with him?
I mean, how are we any bad without him? I mean, we need a certified scorer. We need an all-star veteran type.
He's not an all-star. Well, he should have been an all-star, but he never made an all-star team.
Veteran type. We just need somebody to take. Who the fuck calling me? We need somebody to take off the heat from.
Is that the sneaky link?
No, I don't fucking do that. Fuck, I'm in high school. I mean, just tell them both. Look, we're not exclusive. So, but I honestly don't see anybody like I don't. At this point, I'm ready to ship Ben Simmons off for the delivery driver. Like we just need to get this man off the team and stop wasting our money.
Bro, a delivery driver?
Yeah, like I'm at this point I'm fed up. Like I couldn't be a GM because the next person that called me and say, "Hey, do you want this overseas kid for Benson?" But like, yes, absolutely.
See, that's just the Pisces that you talking. So
no, I mean it's over. Like let's.
I said the Pisces.
Let this man go.
Because that's an emotional decision. Like you can't mix emotion with you because
I mean it's.
But I'll just
to
wrap it up. I just think that you could get better for Ben Simmons to CJ McCollum. Like
so, who would be better?
If you're gonna get rid of Ben Simmons, you need a guard that is capable of scoring, but also can hold his own on the defensive end. And the problem is there's not many of those guys left in the league.
I would say if you get it, because I think we talked about it earlier, the NBA has an influx of guards. I mean, you get rid of Ben Simmons. If I was a GM, I played the 2K GM simulation, and I know that's not what a real GM does. But really, with the way the G League is looking, really you can get rid of Ben Simmons, get some draft picks out of him because, I mean, the next group of hoopers, you're going to want some draft picks in the next, 2-3 drafts, most likely.
Yeah.
So get some draft picks.
I think I got a good trade.
Now.
I think I got a good trade. Ben Simmons at Minnesota Timberwolves for Patrick Beverly. Malik Beasley, and a first round pick.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
they're not going to give up the first round pick. I'm gonna tell you right now, they're not giving up that first round pick.
they would want
no.
the Russell,
They're
but
not.
I mean,
Ben Simmons, Carl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Edwards. That's a solid bid, and you still get to keep D'Angelo Russell.
They're not letting go. They're not gonna let go of D'Angelo Russell either.
No, they don't have to in this scenario. I just said Patrick Beverley, who gives you he could defend, and then you get Malik Beasley, who's capable of scoring. He averaged about 20 points per game last year. You know,
I mean, they're going to want D'Angelo Russell.
I don't think they're coming off the first rounder. I'm sorry. I think the Timberwolves are not coming off. They're not giving away that first rounder so easy.
Yeah.
All right, but do you like the deal though, Donnie?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, like you said, Patrick Beverley is a good defender. They're one of the best in the league, and Malik Beasley, we need a scorer that's pure and simple. But I don't hate it. I actually like that trade.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's go to our last segment. The fourth quarter, we changed the name of it from the 2-minute drill because we won't go past 2 minutes. So I'm going to ask a few rapid fire questions, all right?
Sure, yeah.
So first one, Lamar Jackson, like I said, been having a string of bad games. The Ravens have scored less than 20 points in the past 5 games. Has the NFL figured out Lamar Jackson? Yes or no?
Maybe. I think so. Give it time.
I'll say that they just need to get a new offensive coordinator and fix the offensive line.
Yeah. I mean, you can't run on him alone. Eventually it's going to get tiring, and people will figure it out. I say give it time, but yeah, they're starting to.
Okay. Now, next question: Los Angeles Lakers currently 12-12, 6 in the Western Conference. Will the Lakers be a top 4 team by the end of the season?
No, they'll be a play-in team.
But the thing with the Lakers, their game plan now isn't let's be number 1, let's be top 5.
Exactly.
They just need to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, the Lakers, LeBron in the playoffs, we all know is a different type of animal.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lakers now, just even if they barely squeeze in by having a play-in game, they're just focused on getting to the playoffs. But I don't see them being in the regular
LeBron,
season.
you'd have a chance. So
I honestly don't think they're going to make the finals. That's been my prediction all year. I don't care for the Carmelo, Russell. It doesn't matter. No.
They'll probably maybe barely, luckily, get out of the first round, but they're definitely getting killed in the second.
Yeah. We don't talk about this sport. We don't talk about this sport very often, but the MLB is currently under a work stoppage as of December 2nd. Do you think this work stoppage will have any long-term ramifications for the league going forward?
Is it? I know their lockout. I know fairly their lockout is about what the contract between players and teams about.
Yeah, it expired.
Because let's be for real. MLB money is guaranteed.
Yeah,
them checks. They be making $300 million.
Corey Seager just got $300 million to the Texas Rangers.
What? The thing is, MLB players. Imagine being an owner. You have to cough up $300 million. Just to one person.
I mean,
how can you justify that?
I know as a Yankee fan, shit. If Corey Seager get $300 million, I could just imagine you go get someone like an Aaron Judge, even though he's injury prone. But still.
But, I mean, I get why because I don't think their revenue. I don't know their metrics, but someone's got to pay the $300 million, and. There's a lot the NBA. I think is the most watched sport now in America, but then you have soccer in the world. So it's those contracts are like Liddell said, they're guaranteed. So that $300 million comes from somewhere.
Imagine being guaranteed $300 to hit a ball.
Bro, there's some dudes that still getting paid and they haven't even played in like Jacoby Ellsbury used to play for the Yankees.
Imagine driving the bench, your contract is $250 million.
You don't even have to hit the ball that well. All you have to do is make a couple of good hits.
He had bat 180, 200. And you straight. Like, you bat
And you still get paid.
MLB.
Even
Right.
if release you still get paid.
You
All right.
technically don't have to be in shape. Like shit.
Exactly. All you gotta do is do enough to get the
That's the
contract.
thing about baseball I never understood. There'd be the biggest dudes just chilling. Like, how did he didn't pass weight training. He didn't pass
I mean, hit the ball far enough. You
conditioning.
don't have to run that fast.
Like my guy Prince Fielder, I love Prince Fielder. He used to play for the Milwaukee Brewers and the Detroit Tigers back in the day. But he was one of the most overweight players in the league. But the dude always hit like 40 home runs.
Why is there conditioning then? Why? Because in high school they will always make us do conditioning. It's like, dog, there's dudes in the MLB that bigger than my dad, and they just chilling, running.
Hit the ball right at the right position and far enough. You don't have to run that fast to get to the base.
Now, you can be a designated hitter. Your sole job is to just go on and hit. No, that's it. That's easy.
Giancarlo Stanton. That's all you gotta do is just hit.
Is it too late to get into baseball?
Hit a home run, and that's it. Word. All right, cool.
Man, Tim Tebow got to it at like 30 plus, bro. 32. So you still got a shot. You want it. All right, last question. This is specifically for Donnie. But what is up with you in these clubhouse joints that you be on, bro?
Yo,
you're still on Clubhouse?
This man be in the weirdest groups, bro.
It's Twitter Spaces.
Don't be in the moaning Twitter Spaces, bro. If I catch you,
that's why I brought this up because
why he brought it up. We was literally talking about that before you got on.
For a PS5.
So hold up. Okay, my girl not gonna watch this episode, but it's a PS5. Like, hear me out.
So it was these guys having this contest in this Twitter space, and they were moaning for a PS5 being hosted by this girl. That shit was so funny.
There's no way.
But I think the Twitter Spaces as podcasts, like they're just it allows me to get a better view of other people around me, like in our community and stuff like that. It's normally hosted by Black people.
PS5. Martin Luther King is so proud.
I lied. I lied. That was not my last question. My last question is this. So, Donovan, how long would you in that group listen to grown men moan for a PS5? And were you
1 or 2 minutes? 1 or 2 minutes, because that shit was funny.
This man was like, "Yo, I stayed for a whole time, guys."
That shit was funny, yo.
I can't lie. I think I would just be laughing. If I was really in there, I would just be dying laughing.
A lot of people were laughing. Like, there was a lot of people. There were some people taking this shit dead ass. Apparently, like, it's hard to
for
get
a PS5, bro. It is hard, but like, imagine moaning in front of other grown ass men. Fucking PS5.
But yeah, I mean, it allows me to get a better sense of like other people around me and get different viewpoints.
Martin Luther King did not die for this. Like, what?
Man, Malcolm X was a better. Malcolm X was
shit. Who knows?
MLK
probably would have been in that Twitter space moment.
He would have been in the white woman Twitter space.
He probably was, man.
Look,
that's
PS5
why
is a PS5. I understand there also.
All right, so what would you do for a PS5, Donnie? Since a PS5 is a PS5.
I mean,
how do you get that question? What you gonna do for a PS5, bro?
Yeah, like what did I do?
Threshold limit?
Like, what's your limits?
I actually don't have any limits. I don't think.
Hey, yo.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's plug ourselves on the way out. Before this show really go out of bounds. No, let everybody know where they can find you on social media, all that good stuff, bro. We're gonna end it on that note.
IG. Y'all can find me on the IG, Twitter, everything. Dino Austin. Twitter Spaces coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Twitter Space coming soon.
Shit, we need to start hosting on here. Like, shit.
My man Donnie said he's a no limit soldier.
Within reason. Within reason, man.
You know, Austin and everything. Yeah, I'm doing fine. So I'm not really posting content probably till next week on anything. So try to mentally prepare myself after finals, but y'all gonna love when y'all boy graduate in the Out of Bounds family. They gonna see my kid graduate. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah, when no graduate, we all graduate, man. That's Tuck fan right there. So, all right, Mr. No Limit Soldier, where can they find you on social, Donnie?
You can find my social down below. I
Say,
got a couple of projects coming up.
nah.
I hit the skate park today to do a project, so I'm excited about that.
Park.
Yeah, there was black people there, if you're asking.
Let me hit the skate park.
Wait, you had to say it. Wait,
I'm with Donnie with that skateboard.
Do you think?
Thank you.
Do you think I think black people that one dimension that some of us don't?
I don't know. 'Cause anytime I mention something that seems even slightly white,
it's wild. It's wild because Liddell says nothing when I'm like, yeah, I go surfing. Perfectly fine. Donovan
exactly. Like, I don't see juice one time and suddenly like
I was like, yeah, some wild shit.
Oh, okay.
This motherfucker is black and surfing, and you're talking about me saying wild shit. My man in SoCal taking waves and shit like that.
3 weeks ago, you said that you feel much safer being in a community full of white people than your own kind. So of course I'm gonna be on.
Never said no
you
shit.
Said like that shit. You definitely said that shit.
I never say no shit like
definitely that. Said that shit.
What the hell are you talking about?
All right, I've got
welcome no HBCU.
Marie.
Not welcome.
Marie, the lovely Marie. Because I always have you put together our clips every now and then. I'm gonna send you the clips. I want you to go through it, and you find me a clip of this man saying that he feels more safer being in a community with than his own kind.
And we're gonna discuss that next episode. Yeah, me too. Because I ain't never seen no shit like that.
You definitely did, bro. You definitely did. Or maybe wait. Or maybe you just
don't backtrack, Marie. If
you
can
definitely
find
said
that,
it though.
Hit me up. Don't hit him up. Yeah.
Marie, all right, you know what to do, girl. All right, you can find me at the Delta Fashionista. I'm also the Mario and the True Open Coach IG page. So you want to hit us up with event inquiries, have us come up to cover your events. We got you on that. You want to hit us up for interviews, sponsorship, potential sponsorships, collaborations, all that good shit. I'm the one that you reach out to on that platform. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 28 of the Out of Bounds podcast. If you enjoyed this week's edition, then please leave a like on this video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate, add you guys to Tuck family. We have other great content. We got Tuck Talk. We got the Gaming Chair. We got Tuck Talk interview series, which is totally different from like the regular Tuck Talk podcast. We got Next Up. We got Under the Radar. We got Off the Racks, headed by our man No Austin. We got plenty of new content coming in the early part of 2022 as we rebrand True Culture into Culture 7. More on those details later on before the end of the year. But that's what's all in store for you guys in the near future. But we hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. Check out all of our other content at website tuckmag.net. Here in the Tuck Podcast Network YouTube channel, over Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart Radio, all that good shit where podcasts are available. At the Tuck Podcast Network. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, just remember that we love you guys. We thank you guys for your support, and Hail Hydra.